From the studios at Bossier Parish Community College, this is BPCC News.
Hey, I'm Caleb Moore.
And I'm Miranda Mahmood. Thanks for tuning in to BPCC News. The Cavalier Express student recruiting team is selling t-shirts today for $20. To purchase your shirt, come by the recruiting office in Building A, Room 133. Payment can be made with cash or by swipe card using a square. Recruiting office hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We got some technical difficulties. We'll be right back after this.
Stay tuned.
With our world population now over 7 billion people, it's important that we stay connected to our global neighbors more than ever. For over 2 decades, ICES has brought cultural awareness to thousands of exchange students from all over the world.
Thanks to my host family, I had the chance to travel, enjoy American sports, and volunteer in their community. This has been one of the best things I've ever done.
My family's hosted foreign exchange students for the past 12 years, and every year it's like adding a new member to our family.
Such citizen diplomacy may start with one visiting student and his or her host family, but it ripples throughout communities in the United States and abroad. Many exchange students return home with positive impressions of America, and they go on to become leaders in their own countries.
I'm able to share my culture with my host family, and from that experience I've made lifelong friends.
There's no better way to learn firsthand about a foreign country and its culture than from the perspective of an exchange student who has grown up there. Each year, thousands of American families think globally and act locally by hosting a high school exchange student for an academic year or a semester. ICES, bringing the world closer, one smile at a time.
The Office of Student Life will be assisting State Senator Ryan Gaddes in collecting items to send down to our South Louisiana friends who have been affected by the flooding. He will be going down once a week for about a month, and we will be sending our collected items with him. School supplies, diapers, and hand sanitizer are a few of the items needed. You can drop the items off at the Student Life in Building F, Room 220.
The writing lab will be open today in Building G, Room 219, for students of all disciplines. Faculty tutors are available by appointment, and a computer lab is open to all students with a writing assignment. Printing is also available. Lab hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Students can use Canvas to see available appointment times and schedule their own tutoring sessions.
The BPCC Intramurals program will sponsor an open rec time on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 12 to 12:45 in the BPCC gym for students, faculty, and staff to shoot hoops, play ping pong, and much more. Valid student ID is required for students to participate.
Student Government Association meetings are held on Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m. in Building F, Room 220, and are open to all currently enrolled BPCC students. SGA members are required to attend.
The Shreveport Baptist Collegiate Ministry, also known as the BCM, will sponsor a weekly worship event titled Refuel on Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. at the BCM Center, which is located on the East King side of the LSUS campus. All BPCC students are welcome to attend.
The BCM will also sponsor a monthly lunch and devotional meeting, typically on the first Thursday of each month at 12:15 p.m. in Building F, Room 203. Lunch will be provided free of charge to all students, courtesy of Shreveport BCM and Bell Park Baptist Church.
The ribbon cutting for BPCC's new parking lot was scheduled yesterday at 10 a.m. on Thursday, September 1st, under the tent, and it was a great, they had the new ribbon cutting in the new parking lot, which is great for students to be able to have the new building.
Yeah, I know they had some speakers out there, and I know the student body president was out there.
It was.
And, but when it comes to your bag or backpack, there are all kinds of things people carry around. So let's take a look at this package and see what some of our students carry in their backpacks.
Thanks. You believe this guy?
Are you trying to start a wildfire?
Sorry. Pass the honey?
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you
can prevent wildfires.
Hello and welcome back to another BPCC Weather. I'm your host, Terry Hawkins. Now let's check those surrounding areas for today's forecast. Over here at 78 in Marshall, down here at 83 in Nacogdoches, up here at 78 in Texarkana, in the middle of 80 in Bow City and Shreveport. Over here, 79 in Minden, 82 in Ruston, and 83 in Natchitoches. Now let's check a 5-day forecast, see what's coming. As you can see, there's a little bit of cloudiness outside. No chance of rain, 89 for the high, 63 for the low. Ongoing this weekend, 10% chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday, 89 for the high, 65 for the low, and 94 for the high, 72 for the low. Starting next week off with some rain, 6% chance, 93 for the high, 74 for the low. And finally on Tuesday, a little bit of cloudiness with 10% chance of rain, 93 for the high, 74 for the low. Well, that's all from me. I'm Terry Hawkins, back to the news desk.
The first hurricane to hit Florida in 11 years. Hermine made landfall near St. Mark's, Florida overnight, pounding Florida's Gulf Coast with heavy rains and high winds.
Quite candidly, this is one of the worst that we've seen in the city in a long time.
On the hard-hit island of Cedar Key, officials say a storm surge there has devastated the community.
The majority of the businesses down there, they don't have a front anymore. The water comes through the back door and went out the front like that and just tore everything to pieces.
Officials across the impacted area telling people today, stay indoors and off the roads.
Don't drive into flooded areas. Keep out of the water. Don't let your kids play in the water. There could be power lines in the water. There could be snakes. In this area, there could even be alligators.
As Tropical Storm Hermine heads across Florida towards Georgia and the Carolinas, people are being encouraged to get ready.
Our goal is to be over-prepared and underwhelmed when it comes to this storm. We want everyone to please be safe.
Forecasters are warning this storm will be dangerous throughout the Labor Day weekend.
It could spend more than 2 days sitting in this general area off the mid-Atlantic and northeast coast. A system that is not moving can be big trouble because that means whatever rainfall is occurring could happen for not only hours but days in some spots.
In Apalachicola, Florida, I'm Diane Gallagher.
Some of the greatest things to come from the 80s were the films that are now cult classics we all know and love. I know my favorite movie was Ferris Bueller from the 80s.
Ferris Bueller.
Yep.
I would have to say either Jaws or E.T. for me, but let's take a look at some of our fellow BPCC students' favorite 80s movies.
My favorite 80 movies would have to be Footloose. Why? Because it is such an exciting movie. I mean, it had the dancers, we had dances, we had everything, you know, and that was just my favorite movie. I mean, I wasn't born in the 80s, but it made me feel like as if I was in the 80s, you know.
Oh, shoot. Well, I guess I can't do Alien then. Yeah, I guess my favorite 80s movie would have to be The Thing, but I was gonna say it's a lot like Alien, but only, you know, on Earth. But pretty much, I guess I like it because I'm a sci-fi kind of geek, I guess. But it's still gritty, and then it's also got the horror mixed with sci-fi that I like. So it's kind of believable the way it's presented.
Dirty Dancing, and it's because everybody wishes they could dance like that, you know, and it looks fun. So.
My favorite 80s movie really is Purple Rain, because if you look back on the legacy of it for real compared to all the other movies that you have, like St. Elmo's Fire, 16 Candles, Weird Science, and all those other ones, it really does define a generation. So, and also the music is just too sick on there.
Roger Rabbit, because it was really cool to see mixed mediums in film. And of course Jessica Rabbit. And Goofy was in it, and he was an underdog lead role because Roger Rabbit held him as an idol.
Underdog.
It's funny because it's a pun too.
And then Terminator, because Arnold Schwarzenegger, robots taking over the world, why not?
And that was really cool in visual effects with the whole liquid mirror, and then that one time where they actually rolled Mercury across the ground to make it look like they were all going towards each other. That was cool too. It was Mercury.
I know.
My favorite 80s movies, well, I can't pick just one. It has to be all the John Hughes movies, The Shining, the Back to the Futures. I love the 80s. Princess Bride. And I love them because they're just great stories and they're classics. I mean, there's a reason why they're famous. There's a reason people say John Hughes movies, because they're amazing. And The Shining's a classic because it's freaky and scary and it could happen to you.
Hi. Welcome to another installment of the segment Today in History. I'm your host, Nathaniel Bollier, here to bring you the scoop on what happened on this day in history, September the 2nd. First up on this day in history, in 31 BC, Octavian, better known as Augustus Caesar, became the first Roman emperor. He defeated Mark Antony and the infamous Empress Cleopatra to get his position. Next on this day in history, in 1666, was the day that the Great Fire of London came about. This fire burned for 3 days straight, destroying over 10,000 buildings and structures, including St. Paul's Cathedral. Only 6 people were killed. Then on this day in history, in 1901, then Vice President Theodore, or Teddy Roosevelt, had a speech at the Minnesota State Fair. This was where he first publicly vocalized his famous phrase, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." Lastly, on this day in history, in 1985, it was announced that the mysterious sunken ship Titanic was found the day before on September 1st by a U.S. and French expedition 560 miles off of Newfoundland. Up to that point in time, the ship had been missing for 73 years. All right, now that I've gone over some of today's history, let's look at some celebrity birthdays. First up, let's wish happy birthday to YouTube star Keenan Lawley, who turns 20 years old today. Next up, let's wish happy birthday to actress Salma Hayek, who turns 49 years old today. Let's also wish happy birthday to German DJ Zed, who turns 26 today. And lastly, let's wish a very happy birthday to comedian Cat Williams, who turns 42 today. And all right, that's all I have for you today in history. I'm your host, Nathaniel Bollier. Caleb and Miranda, back to you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in for BPCC Sports. I'm Greg Johnson. The BPCC Lady Cats and Cavaliers cross-country team will kick off their season on September 16th. They will host their BPCC Invitational, and it starts at 5:30 p.m. It will be at the South Bossier Recreational Park. And they will also host September 24th at BPCC Airline Invitational at 8:30 a.m. at Hamilton Field in Plain Dealing, Louisiana. In case you missed it last night, Tennessee avoided a big upset last night against Appalachian State. Tennessee quarterback Joshua Dobbs fumbled when he crushed just before reaching the end zone, but running back Jalen Hurd came up with the ball to help number 9 Tennessee beat Appalachian State 20-13 in overtime. Well, for high school football fans, you waited 8 months for football, now it's back. So here's some couple games that you would like to go out and go see tonight. Bossier Bearcats will host their Homer tonight. Green Oaks Giants will host the Benton Tigers. Washington will go against Fair Park Indians tonight, and Southwood Cowboys will go against the Minden Tide. Also, Bastrop will go against Parkway tonight here in Bossier. Huntington will go against Mansfield. Pondville will go against Captain Shreve. Alexandria will go against Northwood Falcons, and the Plain Dealing Lions will go against Halton Buccaneers. Once again, guys, I'm Greg Johnson. I hope you have a safe Labor Day weekend. Until next time, Caleb Miranda, back to you.
Once again, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in to BPCC News. I'm Miranda Mahmood.
And I'm Caleb Moore. And just a quick reminder, everyone, school is closed on Monday for Labor Day. Enjoy your long weekend.